You're about to drop anywhere from $800 to $3,000 on a washer and dryer, thinking that as long as it spins and tumbles, you're good to go. But here's the truth. Nobody in the appliance showroom wants you to know. The washer and dryer market in 2025 is rigged against you. We're talking beautiful machines with touchscreens and Wi-Fi connectivity that'll break down before your first kid graduates elementary school, while the brands your grandparents trusted are either extinct or playing psychological games with your wallet. Some of these rankings are going to shock you, because the pretty machine with all the bells and whistles, that's often the worst investment you can make. So before you walk into that showroom or click Add to Cart, you need to see this list. We're ranking 11 major washer and dryer brands from absolute worst to best, and I promise you by the end of this video you will know exactly which brands to avoid and which one will still be cleaning your clothes when your kids are in college. Samsung, the drama queen of appliances, of ours. Let's start with the brand that looks absolutely stunning in the showroom, but will have you Googling appliance repair near me within 18 months. Samsung. Now look, I get the appeal. You walk into Best Buy, you see that sleek black stainless finish, the massive touchscreen, the AI-powered wash cycles that supposedly know when your towels are dirty. It's gorgeous. It's like the supermodel of washing machines. But here's what Samsung doesn't want you to know. These machines are built for Instagram, not for 10 years of loyal service. The problems start almost immediately. We're talking excessive noise that sounds like you've got a bag of bricks in there when you're just washing t-shirts, violent shaking during the spin cycle that'll walk your washer halfway across the laundry room, and those random error codes. Good luck deciphering what UE or DC means at 10 p.m. on a Sunday when you've got a full load of wet clothes sitting there. But here's where it gets worse. Samsung's customer support is notoriously difficult to work with. You'll spend hours on hold, get transferred 5 times, and probably end up with a technician who can't fix the issue because the parts are on back order for 3 months. And speaking of parts, they're expensive. Really expensive. Because Samsung wants you to pay premium prices for that premium look. Consumer Reports reliability data puts Samsung near the bottom year after year, and real users consistently report the same issues. Great for the first year, then it's a slow descent into appliance hell. Your grandma's 30-year-old Maytag? Still running. Your 2-year-old Samsung with the fancy touchscreen? Making sounds that shouldn't come from a washing machine. Samsung washers and dryers are false economy purchases. You're paying premium prices for gorgeous design and flashy features, but you'll pay even more in frustration, repair costs, and early replacement. Beautiful disaster with very low reliability. Skip it. LG, the overachiever with a weak spot moving up slightly. We've got LG. And this one hurts because LG actually does some things exceptionally well. These machines clean like champions. The wash performance is excellent. They're genuinely quiet during operation, and they're energy efficient in ways that'll actually show up on your utility bill. LG has invested heavily in their direct drive motor technology, which eliminates belts and delivers better performance with less vibration. When these machines work, they work beautifully. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. LG appliances have a reputation for expensive repairs and complex failure points. Those fancy inverter motors? Brilliant when they're running, but when they fail, you're looking at repair bills that make you question whether you should have just bought a new machine. And the parts aren't cheap because LG controls the supply chain tightly. The real issue is durability. You're getting exceptional performance for maybe 5 to 7 years, but after that, you're playing Russian roulette. Will it keep going, or will you face a $400 repair for a control board that costs $50 to manufacture but $350 to replace? Consumer Reports gives LG decent marks for initial quality, but long-term reliability scores drop off a cliff around year 6 to 7. And here's what really gets me. LG knows they've built machines that are complex to repair, but they haven't made the parts more affordable or accessible to independent repair shops. You're essentially locked into their service ecosystem. LG washers and dryers are great performers with a weak spot in durability and repair costs. If you're the type who upgrades every 5-6 years anyway, These might work for you, but if you're looking for a 15-year investment, this isn't it. Whirlpool, the old champion trying too hard. Here's where things get complicated. Whirlpool used to be the gold standard, the brand your parents bought and never had to think about again. But in 2025, Whirlpool is trying to stay relevant in the smart home era, and that's where they're getting into trouble. The classic Whirlpool top loaders with mechanical dials. Still solid. We'll talk about those in a minute. But these new touchscreen models with Wi-Fi connectivity and app control, inconsistent at best, nightmares at worst. Here's what happened. Whirlpool looked at Samsung and LG adding all these smart features and thought, we need to compete with that. But instead of sticking to what they do best, building reliable, straightforward machines, they started adding complexity that their manufacturing processes weren't quite ready for. The touchscreen controls fail more often than they should. The smart connectivity is buggy. And honestly, let me ask you this. Do you really need your washing machine to send you a text when your laundry is done? You can hear it from anywhere in the house. These features add cost and failure points without adding real value. Modern smart Whirlpool models are risky. If you're considering Whirlpool, stick to their simpler models with physical controls. Those are still decent machines. GE, older models, the recovering reputation. GE appliances have a complicated history. For years, they were plagued with recalls and reliability issues that tanked their reputation. We're talking door latch failures, control board issues, and enough frustrated customers to fill a stadium. But here's the thing. GE has been slowly improving. The newer models, especially the GE Profile line, show real promise. They've redesigned motors, improved sensor technology, and seem to be taking quality control more seriously. The problem is trust. When a brand has burned you before, it's hard to give them another chance. And GE is still in that rebuilding phase. The data is trending better, but they're not quite back to fully reliable status yet. GE is recovering but not fully redeemed. If you're looking at older used models, be cautious. Newer models show improvement, but you're still taking a bit of a gamble. Maytag, standard line, solid machine with identity crisis. Maytag has a weird positioning problem. Some of their models share internal components with Whirlpool. They're owned by the same parent company, which means quality varies wildly depending on exactly which model you buy. Some Maytag washers are genuinely great. Others are just rebranded Whirlpool machines with different exteriors. The inconsistency makes it hard to give a blanket recommendation. Here's what you need to know. If you're looking at Maytag, research the specific model number thoroughly. Check whether it shares components with Whirlpool's reliable models or their problematic ones. Don't trust the brand name alone. Verify the internals. Quality depends entirely on which model you choose. Do your homework before buying. Amana, the budget hero. That time forgot. Amana is like that reliable friend who still uses a flip phone in 2025. They work, they're affordable, but they haven't evolved with the times. These are basic machines, no frills, no smart features, no sexy design. They're loud, they're slow, and they use more water than modern high-efficiency models. But here's the thing. They're also reliable and easy to fix when something does go wrong. If you're on a tight budget and you just need something that'll wash your clothes without drama, Amana delivers. But understand what you're getting. 1990s technology at 2025 prices. You're paying for simplicity and reliability, not performance or efficiency. Decent for simple use and tight budgets, but outdated. You're sacrificing performance for reliability. Whirlpool, classic top load with knobs. The safe bet. Now this is the Whirlpool you want. These classic top load washers with mechanical dial controls are what built Whirlpool's reputation in the first place. No touchscreens to fail, no Wi-Fi to debug, no apps to download, just simple mechanical controls that work every single time you turn them. These machines use straightforward technology that's been refined over decades, and they're easy for any appliance repair person to fix if something does go wrong. Are they boring? Absolutely. Will they make your laundry room look like something from 2008? Sure, but will they reliably clean your clothes for the next 10-15 years without making you want to throw them out a window? Yes. If you want a Whirlpool, get this version. Reliable, simple, maintainable. The safe bet. GE Profile, new line. The quiet comeback. Remember how I said GE was recovering? The Profile line is where you can see it happening in real time. These newer models feature stronger motors, smarter sensor systems that actually work as advertised, and more stable overall design. GE seems to have learned from their mistakes and invested in better quality control. The wash performance is genuinely good, they're reasonably quiet, and the feature set makes sense. Useful additions without unnecessary complexity. They're pricing these competitively too, which shows GE is serious about winning back market share. Big improvement from GE. Modern features with dependable performance. Worth considering if you want something current without the Samsung drama. Electrolux, the quiet performer. Here's a brand that doesn't get enough attention. Electrolux. These Swedish-engineered machines are smooth, gentle on clothes, energy efficient, and genuinely user-friendly. Electrolux washers are particularly good for small spaces and apartments because they're compact without sacrificing capacity. The wash action is gentle, which means your clothes last longer, and the controls are intuitive without being overcomplicated. These machines don't have the marketing budget of Samsung or LG, so you don't see them everywhere. But talk to appliance repair technicians, the ones who see everything that breaks, and they'll tell you Electrolux machines don't come through their shop very often. Underrated and reliable. Great choice if you value gentle performance and consistent quality. Maytag Commercial Series, the blue-collar beast. Now we're getting into the serious territory. The Maytag Commercial Series is not your average consumer washing machine. This is the machine you see in laundromats, apartment building laundry rooms, and college dormitories. Why? Because these machines are built like tanks. We're talking metal gears instead of plastic, commercial-grade motors, and zero unnecessary features that can break. No touchscreens, no smart connectivity, no AI wash cycles, just raw, reliable cleaning power designed to handle heavy use day after day, year after year. These machines cost more up front, and they're loud, and your friends aren't going to be impressed by how they look. But here's what you get. A washer and dryer that will outlast everything else on this list by a decade. Maybe 2 decades. The Maytag Commercial Series is perfect for large families, people who do heavy-duty washing, work clothes, sports equipment, lots of towels, or anyone who's tired of replacing appliances every 5-7 years. Here's the real value proposition. Yes, you might spend $2,500, $2,000 on a Maytag commercial washer instead of $900 on a Samsung. But over 20 years, the Samsung might cost you $4,500 in replacements and repairs, while the Maytag just keeps running. That's the difference between false economy and true value. Excellent durability and strength, built for punishment. If you value longevity over aesthetics, this is your machine. Speed Queen, the old school legend, and now, the king. The absolute best washer and dryer brand you can buy in 2025. Speed Queen. Speed Queen machines are virtually indestructible. These are the washing machines that will outlive your mortgage. We're talking 20-25-year lifespans as standard, not exceptional. Speed Queen offers warranties that other brands can't touch because they know their machines don't break. What makes Speed Queen different? Everything. They use commercial-grade components throughout. The transmission, the motor, the drum, the controls, all built to withstand punishment that would destroy consumer-grade machines. These washers are used in fire stations, military bases, and commercial laundromats that run 24/7. Here's what you won't get with Speed Queen. Smart features, Wi-Fi connectivity, touchscreens, or app control. Speed Queen actively refuses to add these features because they know they reduce reliability. Their philosophy is simple. Build a machine that washes and dries clothes better than anything else, make it last forever, and don't add anything that might break. The controls are basic mechanical dials. The wash action is aggressive. This isn't gentle on clothes, It's designed to get things clean. And yes, they're expensive. A Speed Queen washer will cost you $1,800, which seems crazy when you can get a Samsung for $900. But let me break down the real math. That $900 Samsung might last 5 to 7 years. Over 25 years, you're buying 3 to 4 Samsung washers at increasing prices with inflation. Speed Queen owners are almost cult-like in their loyalty. Ask anyone who has one, and they'll tell you the same thing. Best purchase I ever made. Should have bought this years ago. Will never buy another brand. The only downside? These machines are not pretty. They look utilitarian, they look like what they are. Serious machines built for serious work. If your laundry room is a showpiece and you need something that photographs well for Instagram, Speed Queen isn't it. But if you're tired of the planned obsolescence game, tired of appliances that break right after warranty expires, tired of expensive repairs and early replacements, Speed Queen is your answer. Best of the best. Unmatched reliability. No gimmicks, no nonsense, just the last washer and dryer you'll ever need to buy. This is the investment purchase, so there you have it. 11 washer and dryer brands ranked from absolute worst to best. Avoid Samsung's beautiful disasters and LG's expensive repair traps. Be cautious with modern smart models from brands trying to keep up with technology. If you want reliable, stick with classic designs from Whirlpool, newer GE profile models, or underrated Electrolux. And if you want the absolute best, machines that your grandkids might inherit, Maytag Commercial or Speed Queen are your answers. Here's my honest advice. Think about the next 15-20 years, not the next 6 months. That cheaper machine with all the fancy features will cost you more in frustration and replacements than you'll ever save up front. Buy once, buy right. If this video saved you from making an expensive mistake, hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me which brand on this list surprised you most. And subscribe because we've got more consumer protection content coming. Dishwashers, refrigerators, and everything else that's designed to separate you from your money. Don't get caught up in the marketing. Make smart decisions. And remember, your laundry room doesn't need to be pretty. It needs to work.